lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go, Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go.
What's going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP Show, and I'm live with the Raw Recap. We are officially 5 days away from the Royal Rumble now, and this was the go home show or go home Raw before we get to the Royal Rumble. WWE was down bad this week for their bullshit because they definitely don't want to fucking announce any matches and shit. And then the fucking the fucking thumbnail that me and Miami were fucking going like back and forth on what to do. They have fucking Tozawa and fucking Otis win. Like, what the fuck? We had Punk, AJ for the world title, Raquel, Liv, Roxanne versus Rhea, Io, and Stephanie in a six-man. And you can't put that shit out there, man. But I'm glad they did announce next week. So I'll definitely have a great thumb for next week. Raquel versus Stephanie by quarter for the Women's Championship, which lets me know already that Raquel's not winning the Royal Rumble, which further cements my pick. So I'm glad about that. In a Philadelphia street fight, which will be an hour for me next week. So yeah, I should definitely have a good thumb. And next week's NXT is going to be fucking huge. The February 2nd NXT is going to have that ladder match for the men's NXT championship. Izzy Dame, Lola Vice, and Thea Hill for the women's North American championship. I believe Blake and Jada Parker will probably be on that show as well. So next week should be good. But it's going to be a lighter week for me. I have today and 2 shows tomorrow, and then the Royal Rumble predictions, and then I'll have my first day off in 11 days. So I'm powering through. I'm going on 8 days straight right now. So thank you guys so much. Yesterday was fucking amazing. You guys, I went back and looked last night after I posted the shorts. I didn't have a lot of YouTube views. Probably, I don't think I've ever went over 20 for Sunday Scoops, but there was a fucking shit ton of people in here. Almost 200. So thank you guys for that. I was flooded with questions yesterday. I definitely got some information like while Raw was on. Obviously I tweeted it. I mean, it's going to be kind of late to fucking say anything now because by the time I get to Sunday Scoops this week, the Royal Rumble is going to be over. But I mean, I said most of it this past weekend anyway about Roman Punk, Cody, Jacob, Drew. I mean, pretty fucking easy to tell the direction they're going with that. So thank you guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm not tired because I'm a fucking hustler. And I'm gonna push. This whole week is huge, and then next week a couple of big shows. We're on the road to WrestleMania. I'll slow down when WrestleMania is over. I might take a week off then. Football season is winding down, so yeah. Shout out to 51 people that's in here. I don't know what the fuck happened to StreamYard today, but I went in there to remove some stuff from my library because my shit was almost at 50 hours from all the streams. And I look up and they're like, oh, you can start streaming to 10 destinations now. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, I could be streaming to my Instagram or my TikTok. So I got to figure out how to do that. So I should hopefully next week. I don't know who I'm going to have to talk to on how to do that. I think you have to get keys for Instagram and TikTok, but I may be streaming live to TikTok and my Instagram since it's letting me use more than Facebook. I mean, yeah, I only have Facebook, my Facebook, which I don't stream to that anymore, because there's too many nosy fuckers on there. My YouTube, Miami's X, and my X. So I got to figure out a way to get my TikTok and my Instagram linked to this, so I can start getting more followers over there and start getting more eyes over here on the show. They're giving me the opportunity to stream to 10, so I need to take advantage of it. I didn't fucking up my package, so I don't know what the fuck happened. I missed a seminar that they sent me an email for last week. Maybe that was in that, but anyways, shout out to Talking Up Wrestling Podcast, the CEO and the head of the table of DWE Miami the Great, and co-host the Never Seen 17, Unseen Bling Queen, Never Seen 17, Final Boss Baby. Make sure you give them a follow on X and also a subscription on YouTube. Me and Miami are going on 4 months as the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. We are now up in the poll, I believe 97-3, which ultimately affects how much ever we win by. It definitely helps me in my matchup that I have. Unfortunately, I have a matchup coming up with Stampede. I know, like, I may lose. It's going to be really close. Everybody's close with me, and everybody's close with Stampede. So it's going to be very close, competitive. I mean, I'm going to try to win. I'm competitive. So I've had that title for 4 months, but we'll see. He's got a lot of friends too, so it should be a good one. I have some Discord servers that I might have to pull some magic out of to get some votes, but we'll see. Should be a fun one. I love Stampede. He's been coming in the stream, so if he does beat me, then I don't mind losing to somebody that I like, not some fucking rando that has like 100 followers, that gets 100 votes in like 30 minutes. Shout out to DWE host. Shout out to DWE replays. Alexis Sherman. Haven't seen you in a while. Since Alpha Academy won the #1 contender, do you know when their match will be against Usos? Interview Jimmy off WTV. So I believe he's off TV because something's like maybe Naomi's getting close to having the baby. I don't have the specific details. I literally messaged my guy when they said that on the stream. I mean, on the show tonight. Haven't heard back yet, but she must be getting close to having a baby or something like that. Do I know when the match is gonna happen? I don't, but it's gonna happen on a Raw. I mean, it's not a PLE match. I mean, the Alpha Academy is not winning, so but I do believe it's gonna happen on a Raw, Alexis. The Usos are not dropping the titles to the Alpha Academy. Shout out to Elliot, the first person to ever buy EVP merch. How to repost a stream. I don't know from YouTube. I think you can do it from X. I mean, I know like Miami and DW host and DW replays all reposted. I think you probably just have to go to my live on X, Elliot, and just retweet it. I think there's probably a way you can do it from YouTube, but I do not really know. Before we get started, oh my God, I have to talk about this. Obviously, it's a lot to cover on Raw tonight, but so the unveiling of, if you're a big video game person, which I am not, there you go, Elliot. You can do it. Appreciate that. Triple H is on the fucking cover of 2026 WWE 2K 2026. This guy is the most egotistical. Oh my God. You got all these stars and you want to put your fucking self on the cover of it, bro? Man, stop it, Triple H. You already don't want people doing this so they don't pass you in title reigns. Like, Time to play the game, all right. I guess what? I won't be buying that game. Because your ass is on the fucking front of it. Triple fraud. I know you be watching me on X. So I'm sure he's seen my tweets tonight that Roman Punk and Cody Jacob Drew locked in for Mania. I'm sure he's probably gonna be like, oh, he's probably on the phone with fucking Ryan Ward right now. Oh, we gotta write up a new script. And I seen somebody else, I believe it was Andrew Badell, posted Roman and Liv as their picks for the Royal Rumble, and I said that yesterday on Scoop. So those are also my picks. I'm not changing that. I'm picking Roman. I'm picking Liv. I am glad that they're having the title match. Stephanie and Raquel. I think it sets up everything that I talked about yesterday on Sunday Scoops. I think Raquel ends up winning that world title. If she doesn't, then I'll be surprised. I think that's ultimately gonna. The Judgment Day has gotta have a rift in it with the ladies. And Liv can win the Rumble, and it sets up Liv Raquel at WrestleMania. I mean, they're pushing Raquel really hard right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody wanted me to let them know that I was live. Sorry about that, guys. I totally forgot. I know he didn't just fucking. Oh, never mind. Miami's. Oh, we're way ahead, Miami. That's 97-3. What you trying? You're overkilling, man. What are you trying to beat them on? Man, they not coming back, man. But the higher the score, the better it is for me against Stampede, because I'm not gonna have to beat him by like. If I win, I have to be close. But let me let this person know that I'm live, because I know that they wanted to come in. All right. I think that's his name. I don't even know his fucking name. Anyways, so what did you guys think about Raw? Comments. So Triple H might hate AJ. Deserved a way better match tonight. I don't know about hating him. Man, he wasn't gonna win the title, so like he said he wanted to win a title, but that's just part of talking. I don't think he hates AJ. AJ was never winning the title tonight, so Punk's going to fucking WrestleMania with the title. It's in his contract. He wanted that lengthy run before he retires. I mean, it probably sets up maybe AJ and Finn Friday or something. I don't know. I don't think AJ goes past Saturday. I don't. I just don't. Gunther's character with the career killer, like, unless it's like some kind of funky like DQ or something and they stretch that shit out all the way to WrestleMania, that's a possibility. But Gunther's not getting fucking pinned or tapping out. Like, if that happens, then his whole career killer persona is just dead. And you've seen the interview with Michael Cole. So, like, if they do that, then their WWE's booking is just really shit. I mean, I don't want to see AJ retire, but and everybody's like, oh, he's going to TNA. He's going to, or he may. I mean, that could be a possibility. They could have one match over there, but he ain't fucking going to AEW. So whoever said, I don't know who said that, but he told his wife once it was done, he's done. And I mean, he said that like publicly. That wasn't coming from a source or a dirt sheet or any of that. So anyway, welcome to the Raw Recap. It's late. I have 2 shows tomorrow, and I have a Royal Rumble prediction show Wednesday. Thursday, I am going to. There's no football. I'm not streaming. I am going to sleep all fucking day Thursday. And then right back at it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So yeah, no rest for the fucking wicked. You know what I mean? So let's get into Raw tonight. Thank you to the people that's tuned in. I'm also streaming at the same time with JD, so it's a little difficult when I'm going up against people like JD and Solid Monster and Santi Zap and Denise to try to get numbers. But my Raws have been doing pretty good, especially on YouTube. I think 2 weeks ago I had close to 300 views on YouTube, which I don't even have that many fucking subscribers, so I don't even know how that's possible. Maybe it's from the shorts, but Triple H, you got to do better. You're egotistical as fuck. And I don't think you need to be on the cover of 2K26. So, I don't know. Maybe Ryan Ward takes over the company. Fucking Triple H, you're fucking ridiculous. Hey, before I go to bed, that's for AJ. He did hand that one last match when he was last in TNA, so I'm expecting my GOAT to have his last wrestling match in TNA. We'll see, but I'll be confused if he doesn't. Like I said, that's a possibility. He's not going to AEW. I know he told his wife that once he retired, he was done. He could have one more match in TNA, but I do expect him to lose to Gunther. Ultimately, he's not going to beat Gunther and kill that whole persona, the career killer. That's just stupid as fuck for WWE to book Gunther like that and have him beat Goldberg and then retire the fucking GOAT Cena. And then Ryan can't take over. Elliot, I was joking. He is. What's up, SJUN? I have no idea how to say your name, my guy. But what's up? Could Ryan actually take over? No, he definitely cannot take over. Ryan Ward just got bumped up in creative, Raw and SmackDown, but he's not on the fucking TKO board. He's not taking over shit. I commented under your post about what? Triple H does suck. I don't like him for obvious reasons. Yeah, there's a lot of shit about Triple H I don't like either. Which post did I comment under? I'm not sure. I comment on under a lot of posts. Did I comment on saying Roman Punk locked for Mania? I don't know. Not sure. Shout out to 107 people, 108. We're climbing. We're steady climbing. Just like always. Climb. Let's try to get to 300, guys. He's been shaved since the 90s. Yeah, he does not like people passing his records. So I appreciate that, Billy. Good night. I will talk to you tomorrow. Obviously, I have 2 streams tomorrow, so I'll be busy for the most of the evening. Because I'm doing NFL show at 6 and then NXT recap right after it goes off. But I'm sure I'll talk to you at some point tomorrow and before the Rumble. What's going on, Raymond? Raymond gets a lot of my scoops outside of Sunday Scoops. Raymond's a good friend of mine. Been in the GC chat with Billy and Raymond and Fanatic and a few other ones. Samantha, Ricochet's wife is actually in there. Because Billy knows Samantha. I'm also in a chat with Zelina Vega as well. That Billy got me in. I got the follow from Zelina because of Billy. But I'm in a chat with them. BJ Ray, I don't know if you guys know him from LFG, but he's actually in my GC chat. He posts every now and then. I don't know what the fuck he's doing now. I think he might be in a ball or something, but I don't know. But shout out to Raymond. Always very complimentary, respectful, and enjoys my scoops and knows that I get about 95% of the shit I put in that chat correct. So he asked me about Cody earlier. He's a big Cody Rhodes fan, obviously. You can see his profile picture. So we have something. Oh, I'll play something for you really quick, Raymond. All right, that was for you, Raymond, because I know you're a big Cody guy too. So there you go. Cody's getting that title back at WrestleMania, buddy. And in the fucking IWC, he's gonna cry again. Cry. They wanted to finish the story so bad, but then they want him to lose. There's fans like Daniel Bryan said, they're so fickle. They just go back and forth. They can't make their fucking mind up on what they want. But let's get started, guys. We're 20 minutes in. Well, 120 viewers in. Tonight was from the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The Raw right after Saturday night's main event and the go home Raw for WWE's Royal Rumble. And we're going to see the New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Alpha Academy, Otis, and Akira Tozawa, American Made, which I'm so surprised they didn't fucking win. Yeah, man, I got a lot of Cody shit, bro. You see my EVP show with the Miami made this little skull. That's Cody, bro. I ain't the QB1, but I just try to do my best to give you guys the best information I can get that I get. Julius Creed and Brutus Creed, which I was expecting Chad Gable back tonight, so I was a little surprised about that he didn't show up. He is jacked right now. I saw him working out, and he is absolutely jacked. Maybe he comes back at the Rumble. Maybe that's one of our surprises at the Rumble. Chris Jericho's obviously going to be in the Rumble. I expect him to be number 30, though. The Rumbles are stacked, guys. They are fucking stacked on both sides of the ball. But I still think there's only like a handful of people that can win on either side. As I've been saying for week after week after week, Obafemi was not showing up on TV. He wasn't going to be debuted until the Royal Rumble because that is a big stage. And I think that he's going to break the record for eliminations. I think he's going to go super far in the Rumble. They're pushing him to the moon. So he's not going to win, but I think he's going to go a long ways. Maybe till Final 4, Final 5, Final 6. I do expect Brock in the Rumble too. They haven't announced it, but they're not going to announce everything. They want some surprises. So I miss Chad Gable. Yeah, he is jacked. I don't know what they're going to do with him. Probably involve him with the fucking El Grande Americano shit. And then the last team was the Los Americanos, was Bravo and Rayo Americano, and a WWE World Tag Team Championship #1 contender for a 4-way match, plus Raw General Manager Adam Pearce speaks to the Vision, unpredictable, badass Prime Breaker about his suspension, which said last week he was going to get reinstated. People are speculating on who was on the phone. It wasn't The Rock. So that's that. The Rock has nothing to do with the Vision, so that would make no sense at all. So at the beginning of the show, we then see WWE Women's Raw Women's World Champion Stephanie McMahon arriving to the building, and she will be in a 6-woman tag team match tonight, which was not announced. Fuck you, Triple H and WWE for not putting that out. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are then shown getting their hair done. And then we see Big Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker, who is here to discuss his suspension with Raw GM Adam Pearce. Yes, and I said this yesterday on Sunday Scoop. Saraya is now back in the Royal Rumble conversation. I think that she shows up. I think she's going to be one of the surprises on the women's side. She's been training a lot. If you don't believe it, go fucking Google it. Go watch it on YouTube. Go look at her. I believe she has a podcast. She's been in the ring the last couple of weeks and training. What the fuck is she training for? She's training for the fucking Rumble because she's coming. So Paige, you heard her here. She's gonna be in the Rumble. So if she ain't, then I'll be really fucking surprised because she's been hitting it hard with the training. So we get the phenomenal AJ Styles to kick off Raw. He grabs the mic and starts off by welcoming everyone. He says there is someone in the back who says it is the last time he will be able to say that. AJ says Gunther vows to end his career at the Royal Rumble? Oh man, that's a tough question. Elliot, I think I was told she was, but it's back and forth. I don't know. If she shows up at the Rumble, then I'm gonna be worried about Liv, but I still don't think she has to win to get Jay Cargill at WrestleMania. There's other ways to get to that. If she's not the Rumble, then I don't know what the fuck. I did see the Street Profits are which I said they're gonna start getting a push like towards the Rumble. I seen that they're involved in some sort of NXT taping or something. I hope that they're not going down to fucking NXT. I'm gonna have to check on that. I'm hoping she is, Elliot. I was told very soon. I would be surprised if she's also not in the Rumble. Shout out to Wrestling RUS podcast as well. 132 people watching. AJ says Gunther vows to end his career. AJ then says he isn't going anywhere. He says he did not hide from anyone. This is the year that he retires. AJ says he wants everyone to enjoy it together. AJ says John Cena showed him it can take a year to say goodbye. AJ then says last year was the year of John Cena. AJ then says this can be the year of the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ says there are so many people in so many locker rooms. He wants to wrestle one more time. AJ then says he wants to be the world champion one more time. AJ then says Gunther is good, but he is not phenomenal. I don't think he's going a full year, guys. I think that's just a rude, but we'll see. I could be wrong. CM Punk's music hits and erupts. He makes his way down to the ring. CM Punk grabs the mic and starts off by asking AJ if he figured out why Punk is out here tonight. Punk then says he has known AJ for more than 20 years. He says they have been friends and they have been enemies. Punk then says now there's nothing but respect. Punk then asks AJ what is he doing. Punk then says putting your career on the line against Gunther. Punk then says if it doesn't go your way, your career is over. Punk then says there's a lot of gas in the tank and moments to make in front of these people. Punk then says he has looked at AJ's career and the stakes are way too high for Saturday. AJ then says he wants to know if Punk doesn't think he can beat Gunther. Punk then says he isn't saying that, and AJ says that is what CM Punk is implying. Punk says we saw him beat Gunther, but the referee raised Gunther's hand. Punk then says if we don't win on Saturday, we will never see CM Punk versus AJ Styles in a WWE ring. Punk then looks around. AJ then says he knows Punk isn't saying it that way, but he says it comes off disrespectful. Punk then says AJ is being selfish. AJ then says he knows he can beat Gunther, and he knows he can beat CM Punk. Punk then says there it is. Punk then says it is hard to beat a good team twice. Punk then says if you lose on Saturday, you can't prove you can beat me. Punk then says, golly gee, what can he do? AJ then suggests they fight tonight. AJ then says if he beats Punk and beats Gunther Saturday, then he is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Punk then tells AJ in Toronto that he won the title on November the 1st, so he is going into almost 3 months with the title on February 1st. Punk then says if they're going to do it tonight, it is going to be for the belt. Punk then announces the match is happening. Punk and AJ shake on it. So that is the main event tonight. CM Punk defending the World Heavyweight Championship against AJ Styles. We get a look back at Saturday night's main event. So then in the back we see Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne Perez. Well, they make their way to the ring. Raquel, which they call her Big Sexy, but they came out separately. Miami pointed that out, which I'm telling you. That's why I think Raquel's winning that title and Liv's winning the Rumble. They're going to be split there. Or maybe Stephanie retains and Liv beats Stephanie at WrestleMania and Raquel gets jealous and then, something like that. It's going to be something in that regards. So we get the first match. Raquel, Roxanne, and Liv make their way down to the ring. against Stephanie Valcour and Rio. And my gosh, Io Sky is like really into the Rhea Ripley intro. She's like rubbing all over her hair, rubbing all her face. I'm like, what is going on here? So yeah, it's a Judgment Day. Raquel, The Prodigy, Roxanne Perez, and Liv Morgan were WWE Women's Champion La Primera, Stephanie Valcour, and WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Rio. The Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, and the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky. So the match starts off with Io and Roxanne. Perez slaps her, and Io hits the ropes hard, does some handsprings, trips her, and punches her in the face. Raquel then distracts Io, and Perez takes her down. Liv then tags in and begins to stomp Io Sky. Raquel, Big Sexy Rodriguez, then tags in and hits some back elbows in the corner. Another hot tag to Liv. She goes for scoop slam, but Io slides off and tags, and Stephanie Valcour is tagged in. Valcour then hits Morgan with a drop kick, followed by a clothesline. Stephanie then sends Morgan into the ropes and avoids a sunset flip. Stephanie Valcour then hits a leg drop for a 2 count. Stephanie goes for the finish to SVB, but Morgan gets out. Valcour then fights back and hits a vertical suplex. Roxanne then tries to distract her, as does Raquel. Valcour then knocks them both down. Stephanie then takes it to Morgan and hits a back suplex. Stephanie Valcour then goes for the Devil's Kiss, but Raquel runs in and kicks her in the ribs, so we didn't get to see Devil's Kiss right then. Raquel hits some elbows, drops to Stephanie, and she gets a near fall. Perez then tags in, and she kicks Valcour. This was a long match. It was really good, though. So Valcour finally calls over to the ring, and Liv pulls Io off the apron. Roxanne hits an elbow drop to Stephanie. Rhea then goes after Liv and Raquel hits Rhea from behind and sends her into the ring steps. Perez then hits an uppercut in the corner, and we get a tag to Raquel. Valcour then avoids an elbow, and Liv tags in. Valcour then hits a backbreaker. Io tagged in, and so does Roxanne. Io then hits a shotai, followed by a suplex. Io then goes to the apron on an Irish whip, and she kicks Roxanne and hits a missile drop kick. Io then hits a running double knee strike, and Liv pulls Perez out of the way on a moonsault. It's a long match. So Rhea gets in, she counters a pop rocks into a facebuster and hits a short arm clothesline. Rhea then kicks Raquel. Raquel sends Rhea to the apron. Rhea then hits a forearm. Rhea goes up top and hits a firm, like super good missile drop kick from Rhea off the top. Rhea then blocks a kick. Liv then goes. Rhea goes for the riptide, but Liv escapes. So we get to the Raquel then gets in the ring with Stephanie. Valcour escapes the Tahana bomb, and Raquel goes to the floor. Stephanie Valcour then runs across the ring, jumps through the ropes, hits a crossbody off the turnbuckle to the floor. Roxanne Perez then tags in Liv, and she goes for the Oblivion. Perez then hits a chop block. Rhea then blocks a code breaker, and Io hits a missile drop kick. Rhea then hits a headbutt to Perez and a riptide for the 1, 2, 3. And Rhea Ripley gets the pinfall over Roxanne Perez. So I believe, according to what Stampede said the other day, that's probably the 56th pinfall for Roxanne Perez, and she's been called up to the main roster, which is a lot. A lot. We head to the back where Finn Balor stops CM Punk, and he said he's thinking about everything that happened. Finn then says, well, I didn't go as he wanted. It was the greatest moment of his career. Finn then says you gave him his flowers, but he didn't return them. Finn then says he would do it now. Finn then thanks Punk. Punk then thanks Finn. He then says he isn't the best in the world without facing the best. He says he is not just handing out title shots. He said John left. AJ is close to leaving. Punk then tells Finn if he wants to be champ, he might need to ditch the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, all of them, because he won't be a success around garbage like Dominic Mysterio. So that's kind of throwing some Easter eggs out there. I thought we were getting a face spin, but apparently not. We may be getting that demon that I talked about Everybody's getting in Finn's head, which is going to cause him to snap, is what I said a couple of weeks ago. He tells Finn to win the Rumble. You will see him in Vegas. So then we get Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, Brian Breakker, and Paul Heyman. They make their way down to the ring. Paul Heyman then grabs the mic and starts off by saying that the fans are booing him, and he hasn't said anything yet. Heyman then introduces himself and the rest of the division. The Oracle then insults Toronto, and he tells them it will go on all night if they continue to boo. Paul Heyman then says he brought the hottest prospect of the next few years, Austin Theory. Heyman then mentions the master of the tsunami and the man who has victory after victory over Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed. Heyman then mentions Logan Paul and then mentions the reason we are all here tonight, Brian Breakker. Heyman then says Brian is here for a face-to-face meeting with Adam Pearce. Heyman then says he thanks Mr. Pearce for this offer, but before he comes out, we need to look at why this meeting was necessary. We then see what transpired 2 weeks ago. Heyman then says that was conduct unbecoming an official. Heyman then says people in Canada know that. We then see what happened last week with the brass knuckles. Heyman then says it is time for Pearce to come to the ring at his leisure. So Adam Pearce then makes his way down to the ring. Adam says he is not out here to make excuses. He then says he does not have a problem wearing his heart on his sleeve. He says he put his hand on Brian first and he apologizes. Adam then tries to talk to Paul Heyman about lifting the suspension and putting Braun in the Royal Rumble, and Pearce said it is a done deal. So Braun Breakker is officially in the Rumble. Heyman then says he is okay with that. Adam then says Heyman is so good, and he tells Logan, Bronson, and Austin they are also all in the Rumble. So all 4 members of the division are going to be in the Rumble. Interesting to see how that's going to play out. They can't all win, so they're going to all try to help Braun win. Could it come down to the division against Cody and Roman at the end? Possible. Very possible. Or at least a couple of the division. Maybe Oba. Adam then tells Austin that if it wasn't for the brass knuckles, he could have beaten Rey Mysterio. He then said Austin deserved redemption, and he gets it tonight. So then Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta make their way down to the ring for the next match of the night. It's going to be the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio versus the Vision Austin Theory. I'm not going to go through this entire match. We're already 38 minutes in. Theory hits Rey hits a drop kick to the knees. Goes for a satellite head scissors. Theory blocks it and counters with a double knee gut buster. Theory goes for the mask of Rey, and stomps on the foot to get free. Theory then escapes the ropes before Rey can hit a 619. Rey then goes to the apron, and Theory catches him on a seated splash. Theory blocks it, but Rey hits a Hurricane Rana. Rey then hits another seated splash on Theory, and he returns to the ring. Theory then returns to the ring again, and he goes to the floor. Rey follows, and Theory sends Rey face first into the ring steps. I do believe Rey Mysterio got hurt tonight, and I think that's how Finn Balor gets into the Rumble. Theory then sends Rey back into the ring. Oh, this is a long match. Paul gets involved. He hits Dragon Lee, and Penta takes care of Logan. Bronson Reed then tosses Dragon Lee into the ringside barrier. Theory then uses the Mayhem on the floor to hit a stomp for the 1, 2, 3, and Austin Theory gets the win. And I seen the referee throw up the X, so Rey Mysterio is definitely hurt. I will find out more. I won't have it until Scoops probably Sunday, but I don't think Rey is going to be in the Rumble. But hopefully it's speedy recovery to Rey Mysterio. It's not too serious. After the match, Reed attacks Penta. Lee then pulls Reed off, but Logan punches him. Braun then hits a spear. Logan then goes up top, hits a frog splash. Braun then spears Penta, and Reed pulls him into the corner for a tsunami. The referee tries to stop them from doing any more damage to Rey, but that does not work. They then hold Penta for a spear. So there was a video posted on X of Natalya peeing on her grave that says Natalya. So I guess we're gonna get her when she was off doing that real fighting stuff. We're gonna get that Natty gimmick, not Natalya anymore. She was peeing on that grave. We do see her in the back. She tells Maxine that she made her and she failed. She then says, "You didn't fail you failed her." Natty then says, "You are just like the rest of them. Because you roll with a legend, you thought you could roll like a legend." Natty then says, "That will never happen again." Natty then said, "This is a whole new her." Natty then said, "After she is done with Maxine, she is coming for it all." Natalya then says, "She elevates, but Natty decimates." So good to see that Natty has got a new character. Looking forward to seeing what she's going to do. So we then see Raquel screaming in the back for Stephanie, and Bailey yells at Raquel. Bailey then tells Raquel, "Where is Pierce's office?" Laura also shows up, and Raquel says she has other business to deal with. And then we see Stephanie Vacour jump Raquel and throw her into some sort of bleachers or box or something, but they were battling. Good to see Stephanie recover back from the ankle injury. So we then see Byron Saxton talking to Javon Evans. Byron brings up what happened last week with the referee. He then asks what happened. Evans says he is all good and nothing bad happened to his shoulder. Evans then says sometimes he gets too excited. He said he feels good and he's ready to focus on what's next. Byron then asks what is next. The crowd then chants for the Blue Jays because Evans is wearing a Red Sox beanie. Javon then says there are a lot of goals he wants to accomplish, and one of them is to main event WrestleMania. Evans then said that means he has to win the Royal Rumble. Evans then says he will be participating in the Royal Rumble Saturday. Looking forward to that. But I think Javon's going to have a good showing, but I think he's going to be similar to like a Ricochet, where he's like does all these crazy ass moves, or like a Kofi Kingston or something like that. For his first Rumble anyway. Evans then says he has something for everyone in the Rumble. So then we get a video package of the OTC1 Roman Reigns, who is not going to be on television until the Royal Rumble, which is no surprise to me. I never said he was going to show up before the Rumble. I said he was going to win the Rumble. So then we go to a previously recorded interview with the career killer himself, the Ring General Gunther. Michael Cole mentions Gunther's match on Saturday and asks why did he force AJ Styles to put his career on the line. Gunther then asks what does he gain by beating AJ in a standard match. Gunther then says now he has something phenomenal to fight for. Gunther then says he can end AJ's career. Cole then asks why rob the fans of the great moments with AJ Styles. Gunther then says he is tired of the old-timers overstaying their welcomes. Gunther then says those moments belong to him. Gunther then says Bill Goldberg was chasing a moment and he took it. Gunther then says John Cena was chasing moment after moment for a year, but they will all talk about Cena giving up in his last match. Gunther then talked about AJ having a farewell tour. Gunther then says he does not want AJ taking away his moments. Gunther then tells Cole he falls in that category too. He said, how long do you plan on doing this? I could end your career right now. He then asked Cole how long he's going to stay around and chase that moment. Gunther then said he could kick over Cole's chair right now and end his career. He then told Michael Cole not to worry because he wants Cole to call the match on Saturday to say that the career the phenomenal AJ Styles is over. Gunther then chuckles and says it will be a great and memorable one. Gunther is fucking killing it with this character. They cannot have him get beat. So as who was it earlier in here? Let's see. Somebody said something about Jimmy. Somebody asked me something about Jimmy earlier. Alexis. Jey Uso is not at Raw. He's dealing with something personal at home. Maybe Naomi's getting close to giving birth. Jey Uso makes his way down to the ring for the next match of the night. He is going to watch this fatal this number one contenders match, fatal four-way tag match. The New Day, accompanied by Grayson Waller, the Los Americanos, Alpha Academy, and the American Made. We then head to the back where we see that Adam Pearce is on the phone and Finn Balor stops by to say he is in the Royal Rumble. Adam then tells Finn that he got his title match last week and that they are already at 30 spots. So he's saying they're full. But I think he takes Ray's spot. Finn then says no Royal Rumble is full without him. Adam then says the Rumble is full. Finn then says this isn't over. And like I just said earlier, everybody's starting to try to get in Finn Balor's head. Liv Morgan, Adam Pearce, CM Punk, everybody. And it's eventually going to call him to snap. So we see Liv in the back. She's standing there listening to the interview or him talk to Pearce. Liv asks Finn about CM Punk. She then says Punk showed him up last week in his hometown and he raised your hand like a participation trophy. She then says Punk does not want you to win the title, but the Judgment Day do. Finn then tells Liv there's more than that and he has some thinking to do. Liv is not happy with Finn Balor. Starting to see some cracks. So we get to WWE World Tag Team Championship. Number one contender fatal four-way match, the New Day. Kofi and Xavier versus Otis and Tozawa versus Julius and Brutus Creed versus Los Americanos. So this match wasn't great, and I definitely wasn't expecting the winner here. I'm not going to go into too much of this. Let's go towards the end here. I can't believe Tozawa got a pinfall. Woods kicked Tozawa, tagged Kofi in. Kofi then gets on Woods' shoulder. Tozawa gets his knees up. Ryo then tags in and kicks Tozawa. Otis then hits up some back body drops and then hits a splash to Woods and Bravo fall on Woods. Otis then hits a caterpillar and an elbow to Julius, but the cover is broken up. Tozawa then hits a double hesitation DDT to Kofi and to Brutus Creed. Tozawa then goes up top, hits a suicide dive to Ryo. Tozawa then hits suicide dives to everyone. The shirt then is ripped off by Little Bitty Tozawa. Kofi then misses the Trouble in Paradise. Tozawa hits a kick, goes up top for a back senton. Waller then kicks his legs out from under and he lands his crotch first onto the ropes. Tozawa, while Woods distracts the referee, Jay then hits a super kick to send Waller over the ringside barrier. Otis then, so Jay kind of helped a little. Otis then hits a back first to Kofi and a clothesline to Woods. Ryo and Bravo then hit a double drop kick to Otis. Brutus then takes care of Bravo and Ryo. Otis then blocks a knee from Julius and drops him onto Brutus. Tozawa then tags in and he hits the back senton on Julius Creed for the 1, 2, 3. Tozawa got probably his first pinfall victory in probably, I don't know, years on Raw. And they, Akira Tozawa and Otis are the number one contenders for Jimmy and Jay Uso's tag titles. When that match is going to happen, I have no idea. It's going to be on Raw. But congratulations to Alpha Academy, Otis and Tozawa. I'm getting a little small push, getting a tag title match. So we then see Jackie Redmond interviewing Becky Lynch. She congratulates her on her victory, but Becky says it should be more revered, and she insults Jackie's Toronto Maple Leafs hockey jersey. Becky then says there's controversy over the match because of Natty. She then says she had to deal with Lyra. She then says that Natty will have to win the Royal Rumble if she wants a title match. Kairi Sane then stops by to tell Becky that she is going to win the Royal Rumble because no one is ready for Asuka. Becky then says she has beaten Asuka many times and they would have won War Games if not for Asuka. Kairi then translates and Asuka yells that she heard her and she will see Becky in the Rumble. So Asuka, Kairi, and Becky Lynch are all in the Women's 2026 Royal Rumble. Looking forward to that. Becky being in the Rumble, that's great. Maybe we see AJ. I don't know. I think she's like semi going to Saudi, or anti going to Saudi, but that's where we could kickstart AJ and Becky, hopefully. We then see Javon stop by to wish AJ Styles luck, and he says he hopes to see him on the farewell tour. And AJ was like, didn't know what he was talking about. So it was just kind of a weird segment there. We see Byron Saxton in the interview area, and Raquel interrupts to yell at Stephanie McCoy. She then says, every week you have been ducking her. She then says, you keep coming up with an excuse. She then says, if it isn't you, it is someone sticking their nose in her business. She then said, you have never faced anyone dominating as her. She says she then says she will not finish until she gets Stephanie in the ring, and she will take her title. Raquel then tells Stephanie to make the match. So then Stephanie then shows up to talk to Adam Pearce. She says she said that Raquel wants her, and she wants Raquel. And then she tells Adam that she does not want a match. She wants a fight. And they are in Philadelphia, which is an hour from me, next Monday on Raw. Pearson says she has a street fight next week for the title. So next Monday on Raw, Stephanie, the Raw after the Rumble, Stephanie McCoy will defend the WWE Women's Championship against Raquel Rodriguez in a Philadelphia street fight. Looking forward to that. They need to hurry up and come out with a poster for that shit. We then head to the back where Bronson Reed says he wants to know what is the plan. Logan then says they need to have one goal and one vision to lead into WrestleMania. He then says no one can stop them. He says they're a well-oiled unit, a machine of machines. He says they need to make sure that one of them wins the Rumble. Logan then says the winner needs to be Braun Breaker. Logan then says that is the vision. So then they finally announce after vignette, after Raw vignette, SmackDown vignette, Raw vignette, SmackDown vignette, that Oba Femi, the ruler, will be in the 2026 Royal Rumble. So we go to the main event of the night, which is going to be CM Punk defending he is a fighting champion. He is not lying. Shout out to the 150 people that we have watching live. He makes his way down to the ring. He's going to defend against the phenomenal AJ Styles. The match starts off with both men locking up. Punk then gets a reversal. Punk cinches in a hammerlock, and AJ gets a reversal. This was a good match. I didn't like the ending, though, but I expected something from Finn. I just don't know where they go from here. Maybe they do Punk and Finn at the Elimination Chamber. Maybe Finn and AJ Friday. I don't know. There's got to be something with Finn getting involved. Maybe because he left out of the Rumble. I don't know. We'll see. AJ gets a roll up for a near fall. Punk then hits some kicks and cinches in a reverse chin lock. AJ then goes to the apron, hits a side knee, chops Punk, sends him to the ringside barrier. AJ hits a forearm, but both men return to the ring. AJ sends Punk into the turnbuckles. AJ and Punk exchange chops. AJ then hits a hard Irish whip that sends Punk sternum first into the turnbuckles. So getting towards the back end of the match, Punk hits a Shining Wizard for a near fall. He gets AJ up, but AJ gets to his feet and hits a series of strikes and a clothesline. AJ then hits a running forearm and a clothesline into the corner. Punk reverses, hits a clothesline for a near fall. So then AJ goes for the Styles Clash, but Punk gets to the ropes. AJ then hits a knee and a forearm. AJ then goes for the side knee, but Punk catches AJ and it hits a GTS on the floor to AJ Styles and almost got a count of 10 there. Punk then tries to bring AJ back into the ring, but he cannot. So Punk goes into the ring and AJ is able to beat the count. AJ then gets a roll up for a near fall and hits a Styles Clash for a 2 3/4. We almost had a new champion there. AJ then goes to the apron for a phenomenal forearm, but Punk hits the rope to send AJ to the mat. AJ then hits some more punches, and he hits a kick, and Punk hits a chop. Punk then gets AJ up, but AJ holds on to the ropes, and out comes the Prince, the Demon, Judgment Day, Finn Balor. Finn Balor then hits a drop kick to Punk, and the referee calls for the bell, so we have a disqualification. Finn Balor just ruined tonight's world title match and is on the attack. Winner of the match via disqualification is still WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the best in the world, CM Punk. After the match, Finn sends Punk to the floor. He hits a running dropkick against the ringside barrier. He then hits a second one. Finn then sends Punk back into the ring and hits a coup de grace. Finn then goes up top again and hits another coup de grace to the ribs. Finn then goes for the hat trick and he hits 3 coup de grace on CM Punk. Finn Balor then stands tall as the show comes to a close. So I don't know where they're going with this. I guess we could see Punk and AJ at Elimination Chamber. Maybe I don't think they're gonna do it again on a Raw. Finn wants a rematch, so he's doing what he got to do to try to get it. I mean, it's a good. I feel like it was a decent show, about 6.5. Coming off Saturday night's main event, going into the Rumble, I knew it was going to be a difficult transition, but we did see some good matches. With the 6-man ladies tag, obviously Otis and Tozawa have qualified and #1 contenders for the Usos tag titles. And then now we got something going on with Punk, AJ, and Finn. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And then next week on Raw, Stephanie McMahon defends her women's Raw Championship against Raquel Rodriguez in a Philadelphia street fight. And then we will be back in the States. So I will be back live at 11 p.m. Eastern on Raw for the Raw Recap next week after Rumble to go over and see if we get a new women's champion on Raw next week. It's a Philly street fight. So I do think we could see Raquel win the title next week. But I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in, 153 people. Shout out to DWE, CEO, the head of the table, Miami the Great, Final Boss Baby, Director Reg, World of Greg, After the Slam Podcast. Also, Gimmick Table Media, Kicking Out at 2, Michael and Tori, Vinny from Southern Square Circle Media, who'll be joining me on the Royal Rumble Prediction Show Wednesday, and the Wrestling Divas Podcast, Lady Alpha and Autumn. Lady Alpha for sure will be joining me, but I don't know for sure about Autumn yet. But shout out to all those guys, and shout out to all of you people, man. You guys are great. Talking About Wrestling Podcast. Make sure you follow them on X and give them a subscription on YouTube. DW Host, DW Replays. Shout out to Alexis Sherman. Shout out to my boy Elliot. Shout out to Wild Child Billy. Shout out to S. John. Shout out to Elliot again. And shout out to my boy Raymond. Appreciate you coming in. Hate you missed Sunday Scoop yesterday. You can always go back and watch it on YouTube, Raymond, if you're still watching. It is on my channel. There was a lot of questions yesterday. And last but not least, shout out to Wrestling RUS Podcast. You were on Sunday Scoop yesterday, so appreciate that. So shout out to the 154 people watching live. We're almost at the hour mark, but we have come to the end. So I'm going to go to the outro, and I will be back to tell you where you can find me on my socials and what I have coming up for the rest of the week. I will be right back, guys.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, Show Recap Prediction Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
Let's go. Yeah. So thank you guys to the 154 people that's watching live. As far as my socials go, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. All my links are in my bio. I don't know how soon, but I'm going to try to figure out how I can start streaming live to Instagram and TikTok, my Instagram and TikTok as well, since StreamYard has opened up more destinations for me to stream. I got to get more destinations on here so I can get the product out to more platforms, since I have 10 available. But you can find me on X if you're not following me at EVPCJP. Instagram, same handle, lowercase at EVPCJP. TikTok, you can see it all on the bottom of the screen at Brady, at BRADY, DA, D as in dog, A as in apple, GOAT, GOAT 21, at Brady the GOAT 21. That's named after Tom Brady. Last but not least, please follow me on my socials, but make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and follow me on the EVP show. And you can go to the YouTube search bar and type in at the EVP show, and you will see my channel. And for all you guys that are watching live on YouTube, please make sure to spam the likes on the stream tonight and make sure to leave comments. That helps put my stream in the algorithm and really helps my channel and helps me out. So you guys, if you go back and watch the show, if you watched it live on YouTube tonight, make sure to hit that like button. The more likes, the better it does for my channel. So definitely do that for me if you guys don't mind. What I have coming up next, tomorrow. See, it's already Tuesday. Later on is on the East Coast. It is doubleheader Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna say tomorrow, which is Tuesday. I will be live with the CEO, the head of the table, Miami the Great, as we will be covering the NFL Conference Championship recap. And then at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be back for your NXT recap. And then Wednesday, we want to pile the people up in here. 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be live for my Royal Rumble prediction show. I will be joined by Vinny from Suds and Square Circle Media, Lady Alpha for sure from Wrestling Divas Podcast, Miami the Great, the CEO and head of the table from DWE, maybe a Director Reg, Greg, maybe Final Boss Baby, and maybe Autumn. I don't have a complete head count at this point in time. I wish I did. Hopefully I have that tomorrow. So when I go to promote, but I would like to get anywhere between 5 to 7, hopefully 8 people in here for the Royal Rumble prediction show. And that will be live Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. You guys don't want to miss that. Thursday, for the first time in 11 days, I will be doing no stream. I'm off that day. So don't text me. Don't call me. Miami can, but I'm going to be resting all day, resting my voice. Friday, I will be back at 11:30 p.m. Eastern for your Go Home SmackDown recap show from, I believe they're going to be in Saudi Arabia. So I know it'll probably be streamed early on Netflix to VPN, but I'm going to watch it on USA. So I will be streaming at 11:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Saturday is the Royal Rumble at 2 p.m. Eastern. So I will be doing a Royal Rumble recap show Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then Sunday, no football, so no excuses for you guys. Come on back in Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the newest show brought to the EVP show channel and to DWE. It is Sunday Scoops with the EVP. We had a great crowd yesterday, a lot of questions. Hopefully, we will continue that trend. Episode number 5 is this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I will give you guys some news for about 20. Well, how much ever news I have. I didn't have about 20 minutes of news yesterday, and we had about 40 minutes of questions. So after I'm done with the news, I will open up the Q&A to everybody on X and on YouTube. That's why I want to get more platforms involved in this, maybe TikTok at least, so that I will have a lot of questions and I can get those questions answered for you guys. But besides that, thank you and shout out to everybody that watched tonight. And I will see you guys later on today at 6 p.m. Eastern as doubleheader Tuesday start for the NFL Conference Championship recap with Miami the Great. And at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be back tomorrow night for your NXT recap. I am the EVP from the EVP show and the golden boy of DWE, and we are the ones. Good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again.